What's up, Ginger Bros listeners? This is Noah from Dentops. Brandon and Andy will be back in a minute with another awesome show. But in the meantime, I want to tell you about our new Dentops community for retail PDR and hail repair business owners and operators. It's a totally free Facebook group where you can mastermind with other PDR folks, ask questions, and share knowledge about growing your PDR business. Within the Dentops community, we regularly post content and host live streams about important topics that will help accelerate your PDR business, like marketing and sales, estimating, customer experience, team and contractor management, and a whole lot of other things that will help grow your PDR business. I would love for you to join the conversation. You can jump in or learn more at dentops.com/ginger. Check it out now, and I hope to see you on the inside.
What up?
What is up?
I'll say happy anniversary, Brandon, since it wasn't on last week during our actual anniversary. So
that's fine. We're making this our anniversary show with our special guest.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't think of anybody better to have on for our anniversary show. What up, Mr. Bernard?
Already got a few comments. I was trying to wait until I had at least one viewer before I started the video.
Right.
And then it was like, boom, they started coming up.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's last week was our anniversary show. Well, the day of our first show that we had. But I just kind of made this as a little intro.
I like it. It was special.
Yeah. But anyway, we're happy to be here and continue on. And thanks to everybody who's supported us the entire time. And of course, we can't wait to see everybody at one, your meetup, and two, MTE again. And hopefully we'll have some cool things to give out again then. But if you watch the intro video, we are sponsored by Dentops this month. So here's a little ticker. So y'all go on Facebook, join the Dentops community, the new Facebook page. And to sign up, go to dentops.com/ginger. And go ahead and get signed up for it. And you don't want to miss it because, one, it's already made us a lot of money, a lot more money.
Absolutely.
Two, the new Facebook group is going to be fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And y'all know, like, I've been singing their praises. Before we was even sponsored by them, singing their praises. So it's legit. Yeah. I was hoping I was going to have to call them today. We thought we was going to get a little hail around here. We got some bad storms. And no, that was going to be my first. Well, my first call would have been John Yeager. My second call would have been Dentops. Hey, be ready. Here comes a lot of estimates. Let's go.
Yeah, we had one hit about 3 hours north of here, but I don't expect to get a lot out of that one, but a couple here and there. And I will definitely be using Noah and his team.
Absolutely. It just makes your life easier. Not only does it make you more money, it makes your life easier. Get that to them, let it go into CCC, your adjusters. I have not had near as many problems sending my adjusters a Dentops estimate over my Mobile Tech RX estimate. Just because they understand that language.
And they pretty much approve it just like that.
Yeah.
So, and it's when they explain it to you that, you got to think that when we send them our estimate for Mobile Tech RX, and then they actually have to physically put it all over into CCC themselves to create their estimate. It kind of ticked me off too. And I probably would go back and forth with another company. But y'all are going to have to excuse me. I think I'm catching what my wife had, coughing and stuff. So I can already feel a lot of drainage. So I'm going to be muting my mic off and on a lot tonight. But, and it may have been the 2 hours and 4 minutes I talked on the show last week.
Probably so. I
got
back from my walk on the beach. It's like, God bless, they're still going. Like, Jesus Christ.
It was fun. It was fun. Matt was a great guest. And if y'all get a chance, I still got to download it and put it up. But y'all go check it out on Apple. But
a little update, too, real quick. Our guests tonight are going to be at my meetup. Can't wait. Always excited to see what they bring. Biggs is commenting. Biggs is not going to be able to make it, unfortunately. He's got some things going on, but Chris Howe will be here. So I told him, I said, I wish both of you could come. I'd love to have both of you here, but I get it. So
Chris Maybe Biggs could ride with Chris, and Chris could take care of him. We're gonna miss Biggs. Yeah, I'd like to see him. I guess next time I'll see him is gonna be MTE or flipping him off on the way down the turnpike. Who knows?
Right.
No. So anyway, I'm gonna let you introduce because I can already feel I got a call again. You can introduce our guest tonight.
All right. So our guest tonight, I love them to death. I can always, if I got a tool idea or whatever, I hit them up and they make it like pretty much like they pull it out of my head and it's like, that's what it is. And it's perfect. Great people. They got the van now. They're going across country and sure selling a lot of tools because they got some of the best in the biz. It's Miss Bonnee Stafford and Tim Stafford from PDR Finesse.
Oh, I guess I'm mad. I'm sorry.
You're like, cool,
my job. Hey guys.
Hi everybody.
We can't get many pictures of Tim, but we actually got him live on camera tonight. That's pretty awesome.
I'm
like Bigfoot.
I'm like Bigfoot. Big said Bonnie and Timmy.
Hi, Biggs.
So you guys are in the middle of BFE, Iowa right now in some cornfields and stuff.
We're close to Waterloo, about an hour from Waterloo, Iowa. We just left Minnesota. We were by Oakdale, Minnesota last night. St. Paul area.
Wow.
So
I give all y'all credit for driving that van, the vans and delivering tools and stuff. It helps us out tremendously, gets them in our hands quicker and everything. We get to try them out. But I don't know how y'all do it. Like, that's amazing that you can just load up and take off. Like, woof. Eric Jacobson said you're going to break the camera, Tim. I know that's one of y'all's good buddies and stuff. So was anyway before he said that, right?
Y'all want to tell everybody where y'all are headed to?
Right now we're headed to Asheville, North Carolina, to the Dent Tech meetup at the brewery on the 15th at 5:00 in the evening. It'll be Saturday afternoon. We're planning to be there, and we're going to get a cabin for the weekend and enjoy the Smoky Mountains while we're there. So we're happy to meet up with anybody that can't come to the meetup. Just contact us. Otherwise, we'll see them there.
Awesome. And that is for everybody that hasn't seen it. That's the PDR Contractors meetup. That's I said his name earlier. Now I got a brain fart. Who's PDR Contractors? I can't remember his name right now.
I know.
Well, it's PDR Contractors meetup in Asheville. I think they're expecting a pretty big crowd. So Jeff McMahon said, "What up?" Eric said he loves you guys. Dan Altrop, thank you, Facebook user. I can't see your name, but I can see his. Appreciate you.
I was trying to look it up real quick, but
there we go. Cool. Yeah, everybody's hooking us up. So yeah, Dan Altrop's meetup. He was talking about it on one of the podcasts. I think he was on Mike Toledo's and was talking about it. Like I said, they're expecting a big turn or come out. So
yeah,
it's at a brewery.
Nice. Yeah, I saw pictures of the brewery and stuff like that. So it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. And you guys, you said you're going to stay in the Smoky Mountains?
Well, we've got a cabin rented in Asheville, but I Googled it and kind of checked the location out, and we're not too far from the Smokies or Asheville. So we're going to enjoy the Smoky Mountains for the weekend while we're there.
Within 2 hours, close to her.
No, it's not too far.
How the Facebook user's Jack Buck now. Like, come on, Jack. You are too technologically savvy.
But it does it with me too. Like if I go on Toledo show, I'm a Facebook user and I can't ever get it to work. So I don't know what's up with it.
Yeah, those of y'all that don't know too, Tim and Bonnee, like anytime they come through, they gotta go to the Smokies. Like that's their spot. So.
I don't blame you.
National Park, really. Yeah.
Bonnie will message me, be like, "Hey, you need anything? We're coming through. We're going to Smokies." I'm like, "No, I do, but my wallet don't." Because I'm always going to find something to buy on the van. They always got new stuff, or just like I said, I love your guys' tools. So, slapjack.
I fixed a hard body line shot today with your that flat bar, the newer flat bar y'all have had for I don't know a year now, where you got the little welded. Threaded, you put the threaded tip on the end of your flat bar.
Oh, we've had that a long time.
15 years.
Well, okay, well, whatever. I've had it for a year. It looked like a new updated version, I guess.
It was new.
We made it new for you.
It's brand new.
Mhm.
Okay, well, yeah. Hey, it had laser etched, PDR Finesse in it. So hey, with the time. No, I did. I fixed a hard little shot today, and that was the only one I could get to it with. So
I was using that custom made balloon tip whale tail you guys made me with the flat handle. Comes across. I had it into electrical port on the door today, fixed behind the brace. So I'm trying to get people on that whale tail. Like, it's nice.
Some of the tools that we've made for you throughout, that we can remember, we're going to try to make some to bring to your meetup in November 9th.
Awesome. That way I can show everybody how they work and hopefully get some. So, because like I said, that the whale tail and then the door tools, it's got the bend to them and had y'all put the cherry cap tip on.
Mm-hmm.
I was using that the other day too. Those are both, amazing tools. So, well, do y'all want to get in a little bit of a background of PDR Finesse? When I'm with Bonnie, I love hearing stories about her dad starting it and everything. So everybody else gets to hear these great stories now.
I think around 2005-ish is when my dad had a hailstorm come through, and he hired a guy to come and do paintless dent repair at his body shop, because I grew up in the body shop. He always had a body shop. I was actually born here in Iowa in Davenport, and he was managing 3 different body shops in Iowa and the Quad City areas. And he left the body shop to move us to the country back where he was born. So we ended up back in Missouri when I was a baby, and he farmed. And then he went back into the body shop business because he had so many kids, 4 daughters and my mom. So, a lot of mouths to feed and stuff. And so he ended up going back into the body shop business and reopening his body shop there in Ava, Missouri, where we live. And the hailstorm came through there. He hired a guy to come in and do PDR. And he ended up buying tools, and he didn't like them at all. He said they're not strong enough. And so then he worked for several years to figure out a way to make the tools stronger. And that's basically how our business started. He started getting people ordering tools from him. And Ricky Bain actually is a good friend of our family. He sent my dad a door tool pattern, and something or another, it ended up in the dumpster. And he called my dad and he said, Ike, did you get my pattern for that tool that I sent you? And so he went diving in the dumpster at the body shop, found the pattern he sent, and just a drawing, and that is our number 36 door tool. So Dad just came up with a way to make the tools stronger, and even at the smaller diameters, which we're going to really push it probably to their limits soon, because all of the factory holes that you guys aren't able to drill now into vehicles, there's a lot of rules now about drilling. And so we're going to push our tools a little bit farther.
I love it. Keep on.
Longer lengths, so we're going to work towards that probably in the future. We'll probably bring some to try at your meetup.
Awesome.
I'd
love to see a good long door tool that you get to the bottom of them doors and will actually push.
There's a joke around the shop that a dent guy wants it how many feet long and
8 foot long, 3/8 and stiff.
Yeah, 8 feet long, stiff. So we're going to go for it.
Sounds perfect to me. That's what she said. Jeff said, "What's drilling?" I don't know, Jeff. I never heard of her.
Kevin Bird calls it polishing.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, I got to polish something.
Big said Tim or Bonnie ever push.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a teenager, how I earned money is I worked in the body shop with my father, and he had 4 daughters. So he would say, Bonnie, I need your help at the body shop this week. We're going to paint some cars. I need you to help me get the cars ready to paint. So he would give me $100 bill for every car that I got ready to paint. And you guys know how much that takes.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that from, to earn like school clothes money or, money for whatever I was saving up for, a vehicle, whatever. And so that was my first experience in the body shop. I would help my father tape off a car, do the wet sanding, do the feather edging with the DA. until he taught me how to prime and paint and, fix up a car. Tim, when I was
Yes, we can push it down. We just can't finish it.
we cannot finish.
I get nothing to pushing them.
I've played with our tools, enough to where I know how to use them and what part of the car, that they're used for and stuff. And I really wanted to hone in on the sharp tools because whenever I first started going out on the tool van, everybody would say, "Oh no, that's too sharp." And so I thought that's the tools I'm going to learn to use the best.
Mhm.
And I can actually tell people, no, that, don't be afraid of those tools because you need those tools.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I love all your sharp tools.
I'm about to go grab one that's my favorite. I'll be back.
the dent
Oh
that
Lord, here we go.
I would
Tool time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember when I was
easy though.
when I went out to Oklahoma in 2020. I'd ordered that basically like the hill rod set, the sharp thick tools, and you got the long thick rod and all the way down to the smaller one. It's like 6 or 7 rods. Yeah, those suckers were. That's like everyday tools to me.
This thing right here gets used on a daily basis. That small diameter, it's strong, and then you got your interchangeable tips, which they got the the smaller diameter tips too. I use that thing on everything.
Is that the 3/8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I had to show that one off. Like that's my favorite. I love that thing.
Yeah, and we can't tap anything. We can't drill and tap anything smaller than 3/8. We've been actually spinning them down on the lathe and making them to carry the cherry cap really tight on a lot of, just like we did those 226s for Andy. And a lot of people are really liking those because they're, they'll get in the smaller holes and you still can do a soft, hard push and have access now with a soft tip.
Well, good. I'm glad I thought of something that actually somebody would buy. It seems like all the other tools I come up with there, but you're like, yeah, ain't nobody really getting these. I'm like, dang it. Tim just cussed me like, I got to make one for Andy, and that's. I can't hear Tim. He keeps breaking like.
I'm deer hunting.
Oh,
he's deer hunting. So Tim, did you was you in the body shop business, or what'd you do before?
He helped me. When I met Tim, I was only 14 years old, and so
okay.
In the body shop, he came and helped me.
Gotcha.
I built houses and barns for 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. Tim built everything that we've lived in, my parents' home, our tool shop, our home that we live in, and he built new homes, and we would build a new home and live in it like 3 years, and then we'd sell it and build another one. So we've done that, and I worked as a nurse, of course, until my dad was sick.
Right. Jeff McMahon said, who's driving? They got one of them electric Tesla vans that just drives itself down there. Dang, Matt, you been drinking? He can't put a space in there. Tim and Bonnee.
Steph Forday.
He said, "You guys in the Appalachian Mountains? They're not there yet." So that's awesome. Yeah, like I said, I always love to hear stories about your dad. Coming up with the tools, and like I said, they're strong as shit. So I love them.
Yeah, I think I was thinking today, what would he say about us making this tool or that tool? I'm thinking in my mind, because if we're going to make a 4 foot long, 3/8 diameter interchangeable tip, or stuff like that, I think, well, what would Dad say? And he'd say, do it, do it because they need it for the access. He would say, that's going to work good, or something like that. So I can hear him kind of as we're doing stuff in the tool shop, and it's really neat because
that is awesome.
Yeah, I know what he would say. If I say, "Hey, Dad, what do you think about this?" Oh, yeah, you need to do that.
Right. And like I said, for all our listeners, if you guys got ideas for rods or anything like that, just hit up Bonnee on Messenger or whatnot, and they'll make it happen. Like I said, it's like you guys pull it from our brain, and like, here you go. Like, oh
yeah,
shit!
Tell the guy, you want me to do what?
I could only imagine. So I need this thing to be 20 foot long and strong as an ox, but 3/8 diameter. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're not the first to ask for that.
How about tool 2 feet or 3/16 tool? How many inches long?
24 inches.
24 inches, 3/16 diameter. Sharp. I mean, we've been making some
shaved, sharp.
Yeah.
Mark Hunter said he really likes your hood stand too. It is a great hood stand.
I love it. I think it's the best out there.
Oh
in my opinion, especially for a shop.
Yeah. When you're not moving place to place all day, but also I think in my brain, are you really going to take off a hood if you're moving place to place, all day long? I don't know.
Some guys do. I don't know.
Not me. I don't even like taking a hood off in my shop.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I gotta take shit apart. I don't want to.
I don't even take it off by myself anymore. Put them back on. I just, as long as Mandy's here, I'm like, hey, I need your help. Just gotten used to it, and
yeah,
if I get my son over here, get him
right.
But
yeah.
Kyle Chase, what's up, Kyle?
Taking it apart ain't the bad part. It's putting it back together.
That's always been my problem.
Yeah.
I get it off. I'm like, what do I do with all this? I don't know where this goes.
Box in the truck, it'll be all right.
Yeah, right. You're always supposed to have extra parts, so you're good.
Yeah. Extra screws when you take it off.
Yeah. That's like today, me and Jeff were working together, and I had a door. He's like, we're going to take it off. I was like, God. He started just ripping and tearing. I was like, man, that's all you, brother. I'll sit back and watch. He did it, though, and he's still sitting back here hating me right now. So
that's an ugly one.
Yeah. I showed Brandon in Snapchat. I was like, I don't want no part of this, but sometimes you just can't say no, right?
Yep. I can't remember your dog's name. What's your dog's name again?
Oh, she's here on my lap right here. Tim's petting her. Her name's Sis.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes everywhere with y'all.
She's quite the traveler now.
That's awesome. Was she pretty rough at first?
Our youngest daughter got married this past summer, so nobody's home, to stay with her. So I just thought, I'm going to try to take her. We were going to Texas, and I thought, I'm going to try and just see how it goes. If it's a lot of trouble, I won't do it. I'll find somebody to keep her, but she's no trouble and it's super easy. The only thing is we can't go in and sit down at a restaurant because I feel bad to leave her in the tool van.
Right.
Have grass to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but she don't waste any time.
Get you some of that fake grass. It's a little patch of it. Just put it in the back there.
AstroTurf. Here you go.
Good, except for she's so spoiled, she won't eat dog food. So
really,
what she wants to eat, and I have to break it into little pieces.
It's awful eating cheeseburgers.
Gosh, I guess I gotta just do it for the dog.
She wants a little piece of that. So
right. So Anson, was that Anson trip the first trip you took her on?
I think went down there? Yeah, we took her to Texas to deliver stuff down to Anson, and she did great. The only thing is she wouldn't go to the bathroom at first. The whole time we were gone. And so I just said, you're going to have to go, sis. And so this sounds really bad because I know we're live, but I went to the bathroom beside the van. I said, it's okay, you can do it.
That's hilarious. See, mommy can do it. You can too.
Well, just imagine what she
go shit for mom.
Imagine what she'd do if Tim did it beside her.
Well, I'm a country girl. And when I would hang out with my dad all the time, he used to say, you keep on riding your horse down the road, sis. I'm going to go see a man about a horse. And that's what I'd be like, the horse.
Yeah, where's this horse at?
Said,
all these horses you're seeing guys about.
I can't believe that's so funny. You use the bathroom for your dog.
Yeah, and I would go camping with my dad and hunting and stuff. So I could not go to the bathroom outside.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, our outhouse, I was told there was an outhouse. There was no outhouse. So
the outhouse was an oak tree.
Yeah, and it was cold.
Oh yeah. That was like me this past week when we was at the beach or whatever. I usually go out in the ocean and do my business or whatever and come back, but the water was so cold. I was like, I don't even think I could pee in the water right now. Like, I'm going to pee inside myself. Like, there ain't no way to do this. A good way to do it.
Just dig a hole in the sand.
Yeah.
This
Then Bryson
has gone south.
Oh, that's how we roll. That's always how we roll, especially if I'm involved with it. It's going to go south really quick. Got Brandon choked up over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do y'all, we'll get into your personal life now and see, Matt Meyer said I'm always needing to pee. You ain't lying,
Andy does
buddy.
too usually on the show, but
Yeah. Well, I quit drinking Bane, so we'll see how that goes tonight.
So
I'm
yeah,
drinking-
so we know you have 4 daughters, right?
2 daughters and a son.
2 daughters.
But
A
we
son.
just
Okay.
had our first grandbaby also.
Oh, okay. So how old are they?
Our son is the oldest. He's 25 now. And I think he might have just turned 26. Anyways,
Somewhere.
25 or 6. Our daughter, let's see, he's 25. And then our oldest daughter, Jess, is 22. Daniel works for us at the tool shop and welds all the aluminum for us. And then he also has a farm, and he just had his first baby, and he has a beautiful wife, Hope. And Jessica's 22. She's going to school to be a dental hygienist. That's why you guys always see me in the dental chair getting my teeth cleaned all the time. And Hannah, she just got married this past summer, and she's only 19. And her husband works for us building tools also. So
Is he the one that came to MTE with y'all?
no, that's Jesse. He's one of our tool makers. We have
Okay.
Jesse and Boone that are 2 of our tool makers, and really good guys. So
Awesome.
Other than Jesse and Boone, it's all family.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to talk to Jesse for a little while at MTE. He's a real good dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
enjoyed chatting it up with him.
If it's super, super hot, he's sweating, just sweat dripping off of him, and he's just having a good time and making it fun. And it really makes working at the shop a lot of fun with him.
Right. Especially you talk about super hot, like we were talking the other day in messages about like you having to temper the steel and everything, like how hot it gets in there when you're doing that. It's got to be miserable. It's like it's already hot. Let's make it hotter.
Our guys like to start super early so they can get off at the heat of the day, when the shop starts heating up, and there's really not a good way to keep it cool in there. So start super early and they get off early, and that way they can do all the sports with their kids, and they've all got kids that play sports, and my son farms, and then we have cattle and horses also. So in the evening we take care of them.
Right.
Awesome.
What's your grandbaby's name?
Her name is Cabela. Like,
nice. Of course it is.
My son started calling her Bella, so that's probably going to stick. We'll probably end up calling her Bella or Ella. And she's cute as can be. She started laughing and smiling. She's about 6 weeks old.
Okay.
So when you have a grandson, he'll be called Bass Pro, and then y'all cut it down. Y'all cut that one down.
And like
Bass.
a litter or like a gun.
Damn it.
Sea bass. Kick his ass, sea bass.
Kick his ass, see bass.
I'm sure that grandbaby Bella won't be spoiled at all, will she?
Yeah, she will be. I've already took her out to the horse barn the other day when I had her, and I didn't tell anybody, but
Now everybody knows.
of course you're going to ride one day at Grandma's house.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my son's already checking the cows with her and everything. And of course, she's too little to do anything, but he's already taken her with him, and he's got a buddy seat in his new John Deere. So
Nice.
already playing.
She's gonna be country.
I think so. Yes, she'll be deer.
Wake up with Granny.
She'll be taking bathroom walks with her dog and peeing beside him too one day.
He'll be squatting beside her. Trying to teach her. How old is she now?
I'm sorry.
How old is she now?
Oh, she's a little over 6 weeks. This week she'll be 7, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen pictures and everything. Like I think that's all your Facebook here lately is pictures of Bella.
I'm
I love it.
sure. I got this new purse called a grandma bag, and I was having fun just figuring out what all I was going to put in it. But I've got my 9mm in there. That was the first thing.
Of
I was
course,
about to say, yeah, sure.
naturally.
And then on this trip, I put my dog treats in there and stuff like that. But I had to get a grandma purse so that I could fit everything in there.
Explorer. She's got it
Yeah.
in the backpack.
Well, do you remember going to church with your grandma and you needed something and your grandma always just pulled it out of there? You know, like pen and paper, candy, gum, whatever, for the kids. So I have.
Oh, yeah. Had the hard candy all stuck together. Get you a piece of that. Had hair. Johnny Cinco's wife she's got a little story about you guys, like Small World. I remember Johnny telling this on the show too, in Gatlinburg or something.
Uh-huh.
That y'all met at her grandparents. You met her grandparents at like a natural spring out there.
Oh yeah. The grandpa, we met him in Townsend, Tennessee. Side of the Smoky Mountain National Park. He was gathering water because they don't have a well.
I think he was making moonshine.
So,
moonshine,
but he was the nicest guy, and we had the best talk. And we've been there, I don't know how many times, but we love the Smokies, and we started taking our kids there camping and stuff when they were little. And his grandpa was there gathering water. So we sat and talked to him for like an hour and a half while, and helped him get his water gathered up, and he was taking it home, for them to drink.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how small the world is with all that,
Yeah. It is. It is crazy because we'll see these guys out working the storms, and we've seen them in Texas, Florida, Colorado, and they'll be like, oh yeah, last time you saw me, I was in Colorado. And I'm like, oh yeah. So it is funny, but
know where we're at today. So
but they're like, man, you guys have been a lot around this year. I'm like, yeah, we have.
It's how we roll.
Yeah.
And you're telling us off there, your son takes care of the orders and everything as long as it's as long as it's in the States.
Yeah. Well, I had daughter helping us until she got really deep into her dental hygiene program, and now she's not able to. So Dan decided, he said, hey, I can ship, it's easy. I was like, are you sure? He said, oh yeah, it's super easy. And so he's doing the shipping and welding the hood stands while we're gone. And I get all the orders shipped and ready to go out on Monday morning on Sunday before we get in the van and leave usually. And so he's just, the majority of the orders come in while you guys are at home on the weekend.
Oh yeah. Got time. Well, I've been needing that too.
I think that's why van sales are so important, because you guys, a lot of times you don't think about the things that you need, except for you're right there working on a car and you're like, oh yeah, I needed this yesterday, or I needed this today. And so we pull up, and that's why it's so neat, because you pull up and you get to put it in your hand and you're like, oh yeah, I needed this yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, because before tool vans, we had MTE basically to, put our hands on stuff and everything. That's one time a year, you know what I mean? So that's really handy to have those vans out there and letting us, check them out firsthand. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes a big difference when you can hold it in your hand versus looking at it on your phone, on the website.
That's what she said. Jack's watching, so I know he's thinking something. I can't resist.
Michael Scott in the house.
Yeah.
We had this friend of my son's come over to the house, and he was kind of half drunk, and he goes, man, I hooked up with this girl and she didn't look nothing like she did on that, I don't know what it was, Snapchat or something. He goes, there's filters on there. And I was like, yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, we'll get into the hunting aspect, because I know we got several people that's going to be wanting to hear about all the hunting and stuff.
Well, this goes way back with Tim. The hunting stories go way back, because whenever we first started dating, we would have a competition. It would be me and my dad against him and his dad to see who could get the buck first. And so, like I said, I met him when I was 14 years old. So my dad and I would take off hunting, and he would go out with his dad, and then we'd have a bet, who's going to win. And now it's at the tool shop. We always have a big buck contest, and everybody puts their money in, and we all try really hard.
We gotta make it interesting. We gotta put some wagers on this.
Yeah, we each pay like $20-$30, and then whoever wins gets all of it.
Nice. That'll pay for processing and everything. You good to go.
Yeah, and mounting it. You got money for mounting.
Yep, there you go. That's perfect. Because that's where the money's going automatically anyway. So
that's where it's going.
Kimbo, she messaged about the meetup. Yes, ma'am. The meetup is November 19th here at the shop from noon to whenever anybody gets bored. And I'll text Johnny. I think I sent him an invite on Facebook for the event, but I'll make sure.
Yep.
Eric's wife said hi, everyone. He said he got home. Her wife just got home, so he's got to get off.
Yeah.
Oh, crack that whip.
We know Eric's wife pretty good. She's a friend of mine, Amber.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. She came with him to Matt's meetup too, didn't she?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
that's where I officially met Eric at.
With him.
Yeah, my ring light's doing something crazy. It keeps like flickering and dimming, and it's about to drive me nuts. And I ain't really got no other way to battle that, so I'm just gonna sit here and if I seize up, it's just my damn ring light. Don't worry about it. I'll be all right.
Filter.
The filter, yeah, it's my Snapchat filter. But you guys go out west and stuff and hunt too, don't you?
Well, last fall with that big hunt that we went on, that was really the first time we've ever got to do anything like that. We've always hunted around home. Tim has traveled out of state to like bird hunt and stuff like that with my father, but we've never elk hunted until last fall. And so the reason we went on that trip is because he'd always talked about it with his father. I'd always talked about it with my father. And then my father died in October and his died the following January. And so it's like a few months apart. And there was things that we had like on our to-do list, like your bucket list kind of, that we always wanted to do, but we never took the time to do it because of life. And, things get really busy raising kids and everything. And there's lots of times, I could have maybe gone with my dad, but I had kids at home and I had a full-time job as a nurse and, just couldn't get away. And so we just both decided, life is so short. The things that you really, really want to do, you've got to make a plan. And so we decided that Christmas, we're like, you know what? We're going to go. We're going to go ahead and hire this outfitter. We're going to pack in mules and horses and just do it the right way. And I said, I want to do it in the backcountry. I want to do it on horseback. And,
But she wants a flushing toilet.
Oh, I did.
Does she though? Like, it don't sound like it.
With the cook, and the cook and I sawed a log in half. He had this hollow log found. And so he sawed this log in half and we dug a hole and we made me an outhouse.
Special treatment.
Yeah, we had a great time, and I would recommend anybody that you have a dream or a goal like that. You just have to make the plan and go ahead and make the reservation, no matter what it costs, because life is so short. If you say I'm going to do this someday and then you never do it, it's your fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not going to look back on life one day and be like, oh, this is something I always wanted to do, but then I got, physically where I couldn't do it or something like that. And I just told my husband, we're going to do it. So I found that I went online and I made a post, and some PDR technician got on there and said, hey, use these guys. So I called them and made the reservation and we both got tags and we just went.
Nice.
Now, what were you hunting?
We were hunting for bull elk, and I had a chance at a cow, and so did Tim. But long story short, we didn't want to use our bull tag on a cow.
Right?
Yeah.
I get them anywhere.
I didn't want to ruin the trip by messing with it.
Well, I had my crosshairs on the cow. There was two big cows, and basically they were just crossing the territory alone, and I had a good shot, and I didn't take it because there was a calf in the middle of the two cows, And I said, which one does the calf belong to the guide? He goes, I don't know. And I was like, you know, I don't need the meat that bad. I wanted a bull elk to put on the wall.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to let this cow go because we've got 3 or 4 more days to hunt and we don't know what's coming. And so we just let it walk. And it was just it was a good experience just to get to be out there because you're in the middle of the backcountry. There's nobody else there. We rode up on a mama moose and her calf, lots of giant mule deer, lots of elk. We were camping like next to where a grizzly bear had pulled a carcass into a river.
Oh, wow.
So we were really, having a good time. We had the best time ever. And we also rode horses way up, I don't know how tall elevation, maybe around 11,000. And the snow was so deep that it's like the horse's legs were being buried in the snow. And we changed horses and mules 3 different times because, it was so strenuous for them and us, but they were carrying us, but it was quite an experience. It was definitely the trip of a lifetime, and we're going to go back and do it again. But the next time we're going to do it on our own. We're buying points, and we have a friend, which was our camp cook, that made the toilet for me. Go out together and do the hunt. Hopefully next October.
So does he, the camp friend or the chef friend or whatever, does he have like land out there or something that you guys are able to hunt on?
Well, there's wilderness land that you can only go in the
you can only go in the wilderness with
a resident from Wyoming or a guide. So they either have to get like this guide license, which I'm not sure what the rules are on that, but
as long as we don't pay him,
he can take us.
Okay.
Because he's a Wyoming resident.
That's cool.
But, like if we were going to go out into what do they call it? BLM land, like the Bureau of Land Management. You can go out there, but you can't go in the wilderness, like the backcountry, without a resident.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I've never been out there hunting, so I'm kind of curious about that.
Yeah. I was super scared of heights. I always have been. And we were riding on the edge of like cliffs, with these teeny tiny little trails. And going in, I had a death grip on the back of my saddle. I don't know how that was going to protect me from the heights, but going in, I rode in. And after a week of riding like that and going up and down the mountains and the switchbacks and everything, going out, I was relaxed and I was just, just having a great time.
Right. Well, especially because, you're no stranger to a horse. You guys had horses forever and stuff. So to be nervous on one, it had to be a little strenuous.
It was a little different than riding like what we would in Missouri because the mountains, but I remember riding horses with my dad, and he would say, sis, just sit back in the saddle and trust your horse, relax, put your feet forward, put your reins down and let your horse, have her head and just sit back in the saddle and relax. And so that's what you had to do on climbing the mountains and then going back down the mountain. But there was times I thought we could die.
But did you die?
I didn't die, but I thought we came close a few times.
I just got freeze to death.
I can handle that. Yeah, I'm cold. I'm out.
Yeah.
The water never froze, but she was about to freeze to death.
Oh, yeah. Those hot hands that stick to your skin.
Mm-hmm.
I had stuck everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You see them over on her forehead. Hey, playing around with this cold.
Wet and thinking, I must be getting sick.
Tim is a bow hunter, so I'd like to go out there during bow season. As they're really chasing the cows and stuff. So I think that's what we're going to work towards.
And when they bugle that close to you, especially bow hunting, I still get chills thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, we were
awesome.
out pools in Colorado in 2018, and that was the very first time we were up close to a bull elk and heard it bugle, and we were addicted like immediately.
It's amazing.
Really?
No idea where it was at, which direction. It was that close, just bellowing.
Our first night when I went to video with the people I went with, it got so dark, finally that the bull came in and stuff, but it was too dark to shoot. Well, then it was a whole bunch of cows with them, and they got spooked, and I almost got run over by a cow. I'm still trying to video, and I just see this big thing coming towards me. I'm like, ah! Anyway, it was but the last one they shot, he was literally 12 feet. He stopped 12 feet from us, running towards us.
Oh, wow.
When he saw us, and he put on the brakes, and Buddy was right there, just right through him.
Well, I think that's the difference in bow season and rifle season, because by the time the end of rifle season gets here, they're scattered. They're not, and maybe they're not in full rut like they were in the beginning. So I want to get out there during the beginning of the full rut and get all that excitement.
The week before we was there, they was calling 4 bulls a day into the hunters.
Wow.
Well, we had to ride out for our son's wedding, and the morning that we rode out, snow had came down in the valleys off the mountain, and the whole herd crossed. We could see the tracks.
Oh, man. You're like, dang, wedding.
They're like, we don't have time to pack it out for you guys if you got to get home for a wedding.
We'll catch the next for that one.
Yeah,
Tim,
we couldn't catch the next wedding on this one.
Oh, man.
Tim Big said, wake up.
Is that a cornfield on each side of me or a creek bottom?
He's in heaven.
Waiting on one to cross.
Ryan said there's nothing like bow hunting.
No, I am practicing so that I can get as good as Tim, but he's pretty dang good. That's what he did instead of having an affair while I was in nursing school.
Dang.
Every day.
That's hilarious.
Well, I'd almost let him shoot an apple off my head back then because he was that good, but he's going to practice some, and we're going to go out and elk hunt with a bow.
That's something I never mastered, was bow hunting. Like, I did rifle hunting and everything. I tried bow hunting once and I wasn't there at it. I was like, nope, I'm good.
I would if with you shooting me with a bow.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
She's not that.
It's not that bad.
Well, bows and crossbows have come a long ways.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I'd love to get back into doing bow hunting, but I don't think my shoulder could handle it right now.
So I've never even shot a crossbow before. I'd like to shoot one, just try it out.
The only thing is they make some noise, because you got to crank it back and it's clicking.
They're fun, but they're nothing like bow hunting.
Right. It ain't the same up here.
The one bull, one out of the 3 that they shot when I went to New Mexico, was with a crossbow, but it was the grandfather. But it was basically the whole lower was an AR-15. The bolt was bigger than my pinky. I mean, they already had it pretty much cranked back, and here he come about 40 yards out. He just right through that thing. Just it's like a spear going through him.
60 yards is easy with them.
Yeah. No, it only ran like 20 yards and dropped
it. Said, I'm done.
Before Tim took me out to go elk hunting, he made me shoot like 350 yards with my rifle and have have it accurate.
Yeah.
And so that was something. And my dad used to come over and ask Tim to shoot something like 400 yards.
He wanted to shoot something 400 yards.
And Tim laid down on his belly on our front porch.
No, your dad was laying down on his belly and never could. I just held the gun up and couldn't do it again.
Well, by chance, he did, And so this past deer season, we have this competition going on. And I got cold in my tree stand, and Tim was cold back at the house. So we came in the house to make coffee and have breakfast. And then we were going to get back out and hunt some more or go work, whatever, but we were cold. So we came in the house, and I happened to look out the front door, and our house is about 400 yards from the tool shop. So at the mailbox in front of the tool shop was a doe, and right behind the doe was this giant buck. And Tim had already taken off his shoes and socks. He's barefooted, and he grabs the gun I'm hunting with and shoots it from the front door.
Savage. That's awesome.
So I'm like, Tim, I think you hit it. We're gonna have to go, get this deer. And so we get in the truck, and he had to shoot it one more time. We throw it in the back of the truck. It's still kicking. And he's like, don't be a puss. Just grab it and throw it in.
DBAP.
So
That's
it's
hilarious.
all now, but we thought we won the contest. We thought he did. And our son-in-law beat him by a half inch.
Really?
Oh,
Really get into this.
God, just squeaked it out. That's crazy.
And there's only one rule. It cannot be spotlighted.
Oh,
ah,
Triple
like
B
it.
regulations.
All these regulations.
yeah.
yeah, it's not like shooting them barefooted and shit. We regulate it out here.
I look at them and think, can I get the truck, the tractor, or the four-wheeler to this?
I'm meat hunting.
I'm very particular on where I shoot them at. I don't.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
I don't.
That's
want
how I was.
That's bull.
That's how I was raised. My granddad, we'd drive through the woods and find one, and I'd lean out the door and shoot it. Or we had a little cabin up on the pond. I'd go to sleep because I was young, and he'd be like, "Here you go," and we'd open the window and I'd shoot it. So I had like the easiest deer hunting ever.
It used to be frowned upon.
Yeah.
You can't see a truck. What's more sporting?
It's Well, my dad and I would go out like in a barn or something, and we'd have a roof over us, and we'd make a spot to lay down in the hay, and he'd be laying down taking a nap and have his snacks, and I'd be watching for the buck, and then my job was to wake him up.
Mhm.
So that's how I grew up.
I woke him up. Boom.
And I was a good daughter. I would wake him up to shoot,
Right. What kind of rifles you guys shooting with?
Anything.
Yeah.
Whatever's closest to the front door.
30-06, with the wood stock and stuff. And then I also hunt sometimes with the 270 or 308.
She's
Nice.
Guns, whichever.
Whichever's clean and ready to roll, it's hers.
Whichever one that I'm going to hunt with. She thinks I like.
Well, this is I know for sure, for a fact, that it's lined up if he's hunting with it. So I always figure out what gun he's going to hunt with, and then I take it.
That's awesome. That's what I'm shot. 308, and I got a 30-06, and they're both nice rifles. I love my 30-06.
I do too, because the stock on mine is it's like the butt of it is just the right length for my short arms, and I just love it.
That's awesome. You guys are getting dark in there. Can't even see any.
I just open and close the door.
Get some mood lighting now. We're good.
My heart's almost over with here. It's getting dark.
Tell Tim to break out his ring light. I know he's got one in there somewhere.
What is it?
A ring light.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's for y'all ain't got one, I promise.
That's what we're using to.
Yeah, it's like the ring, and it's like an LED light.
Like that.
Filters.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Filters. That's all Tim knows. Filters. That's right. Yeah, Ohio, because it's so flat, they can only use like shotguns and straight wall rifles.
Yeah.
It'll go for 500 miles because that's the flattest place I've ever been in my life. The wind hurts in Ohio too because there's nothing to stop it. It'll like get you bones. I don't like it.
That's
We got family.
Yeah,
Do what?
it was 46 up here today, and whenever we were driving through in Minnesota, you could see the mailboxes were on these telescoping poles.
Mm-hmm.
So when it snowed, they could raise their mailbox up for the mailman.
That's crazy. No thanks. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
God bless people for wanting to live here.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what out South Dakota way, Jack was getting baby hail out there. Jack Bucknell today. He's like, we got baby hail. I was like, man, it's a weird time of year, like storms and everything this time of year. It's like, what's going on?
Well,
I mean, I'll take a hailstorm.
Storms before at this time of year in Colorado.
Mm.
All up and down the Rockies.
Yeah. It's just weird to see them out this way, and which we didn't get hail. We got storm, but they were calling for it or whatever. Had tornado warning. I'm in my little metal building. I'm like, I guess I'll just lay under this desk. I don't know. Hell, there ain't an inside wall to be up against.
Don't you think, get under your desk and cover your head? Like that's going to help you.
Yeah, that was about the only plan I had here. Because the bathrooms are both on outside walls, so yeah, I was kind of just screwed.
So it's bow season where we live now. What season is it where you guys live?
It's
bow season.
It's not. I don't think bow started just yet. It starts. Well, it may have started. It may start this weekend.
Yeah, we got bow. There's a couple guys up in my U-Haul account. They hunt. One of them got a crossbow and stuff like that. They were talking about it Monday, so he said he ain't seen nothing yet.
I see them every day in my backyard. So if you guys ever want to come kill a deer,
Ryan said it's bow in Ohio too. So yeah. I guess Michigan too. That's where Jeremy Nadeau's at, and he was taking video and sending it to us at deer hunting earlier in his deer stand. So
the corn's $20 a hundred, so it's expensive this year.
But it works.
Yeah, bow season starts this weekend. Sorry, I was looking it up. It's bow season and youth hunt is this weekend.
Yeah, for your meetup, Andy, that's the last weekend of deer season.
Oh yeah.
So.
His meetup is opening of gun season here, and I've got to miss gun season or opening
Sorry.
weekend.
See that or hell season?
Fine.
What do y'all want?
First was opening weekend of deer
season.
Season
Last year we were at Matt Moore's outside of Atlanta.
Yeah.
At his meetup, and it was the opening weekend of deer season.
Well, I made the mistake of doing a meetup in March before it had hailed like the week before after getting everything planned. So I was like, we're doing this shit in the fall time this year. Like, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's for a good cause. We're going to help raise gifts for the kids, and we'll have some tools that you can auction or do whatever with that will be bringing. And some new tool designs and some new gear, t-shirts and hats and hoodies and stuff like that. So
yes. Amanda loves y'all's hoodies.
It'll be fun.
Amanda's got she wears y'all's hoodies all the time. She loves them. So if you don't have a PDR Finesse hoodie, get one. She wears mine, hers. I don't even have one anymore.
In Minnesota.
we may have some Ginger Bros merchandise there too.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I got a bunch of DBAP stickers I can hand out. But yeah, it's a good cause, and what I'll do with the tools, anybody on here that haven't seen me talk about it. So for every $25 or toy equal to $25, that'll enter your name one time into the drawing. So obviously bring more toys and get more names in the drawings, and that's how we'll get them out to everybody. So Big City needs a 3X hoodie.
Okay.
Are you doing a like $25 toys, something worth $25 or more, or just any toy?
No, $25, like equal to $25.
Okay.
And we're going to start working, maybe tomorrow, we'll start working on an Amazon wish list. So we'll have some stuff. We talked to the girl that we give the toys to at the Toy Patrol. She said jackets, but definitely toys. So we'll just do toys again this year. I mean, jackets, obviously, too, if anybody wants to get those.
I was a school nurse for 14 years. And one of my things that I did every year was helped with the angel tree. And so in our community, they would have there was a tree at Walmart and had little kids' names, their age, boy or girl, their clothes size, and some things that they needed or wanted on the list.
Yep.
So I would help with the counselor and everybody at school, and we would try to fill all the names that were left on that angel tree, especially, we knew these kids at school. So it's a good cause.
Absolutely.
And
because people don't realize how many kids out there just don't have the opportunity to get.
I can't imagine a kid at Christmas not having, something under the tree that they wanted, not just, not just a coat or something like that, even though that's so, but something that they really wanted. And just the excitement around it and everything. I don't even know what it would feel like to not have that,
Right.
So it'll be great. You're going to dress up as Santa or something, right?
No. We might make Bryson one year for Halloween. Bryson want to be Santa Claus, so you got a little Santa. I'm here, Bryson. You be Santa Claus. We actually, I don't know. I need to reach out to Santa and Miss Claus. We got one around here that do a lot for Toys for Tots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they always come to the actual Dents for Kids that I do. So I'll see if they want to stop by and hang out for a little while and stuff. They're really cool because people's going to be bringing families. I know I can talk to several people that'll be bringing their families and stuff too. So
yeah,
for everybody listening, it's a family event. We might have a keg of beer, but it ain't going to be nothing too crazy. Crazy will be
I'll bring
Nashville
some
afterwards.
Beer sausage and I'll bake cookies.
Absolutely.
I'll be able to eat
that
by then. I'll be off my challenge by then.
And we'll have wood-fired pizza too. So that pizza is really good. I wanted taters, but it was like double the price of the wood-fired pizza. So I was like $1,000. I was like, ain't no damn tater in the world worse than They are good, but Jesus Christ. I was like, come on, man. It's a tater. So, but yeah, I'm glad you guys are coming. Y'all helped me out last year. Got my guys that helped with the Dents for Kids some, gift cards and stuff. And I greatly appreciate you guys. You're awesome for the industry. And I know you're always first to help out and stuff too. And it means a lot to us.
Well, we appreciate you guys. We could not take care of our family without all the help from you guys. I tell everybody out on the road, even though you don't think it's a big deal, buying a tool from us out on the road or, ordering on the website, that helps take care of 7 families. Yeah, pretty much 7 families out of our small family business. There's 7 different families benefiting from it. And so it means a lot to us to have the support from you guys and, for you guys to trust us, to call us to make these tools and stuff. It means a lot to us too. And it helps us keep going. And heck, I never thought that I'd be doing something like this. I had it all planned out my life out, but, I never imagined in a million years this would be what I would be doing. So it's because of you guys were able to do it. And just like today, we kind of feel like we're on a wild goose chase to find everybody, because we'll go out and a lot of times it's like in a leap of faith because we don't know where we're going or who we're going to end up seeing or how many guys are there. We may not have a single address when we leave the house. We honestly don't. You guys don't know that. But when we get there, it's like we run into the right people. They send us to the right stops. They help us. And it's like, go here, go here, go here. I got a buddy over here. He needs this. Oh yeah. It all just works out. And so I feel like it's all meant to happen that way. And, it helps me to feel good that we're doing the right. I'm in the right position. You know what I mean? Instead of, I felt so weird leaving nursing to do this full time. It was really a tough call for me, but I'm so glad that I did now.
Well, we're glad you did too.
We're glad you did too.
And my whole, I can take care of my whole family, my mom, our kids, my future grandkids, hopefully. And now I'm looking at who's going to do this when we're old, when we're too old to do it.
Right. Oh, y'all still drive that van. Y'all drive that van forever. You get to go to the mountains.
Van, though.
They'll have a Prevost.
I know you guys.
Time that we're going to camp in the van, and I would bring a sleeping bag and stuff with us when we first talk. He's not into it.
I don't blame you.
Night with 3 double beds.
Oh yeah,
so we had a good night.
We got the last room available at like a Comfort Inn or something like that, and it was 3 double beds, like 3 little small beds. I felt like I was Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, and then. He comes out to the van and I was like, were you able to get a room? And because I tell him that it's the gentleman's job to go get the room. So I don't let him send me in for the room. And so he goes,
get the gas.
He goes in to get the room and he goes, tonight we got 4 twin beds.
That's hilarious.
I love
it. Communal bedroom here.
Yeah. Hotels that, you got to rent are not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
The worst one that we ever had, I got in the sheets, like in between the sheets, and they were wet. And I was like, oh God, I'm so tired. I'm just going to go to sleep.
Oh.
Is this a bodily fluid or a washing machine?
I think it was the sheets weren't dry, but it was gross. It was so gross. And
it's still gross because they'll stink after me.
Covers before. And we pulled into this La Quinta one time in Texas, and it was like near College Station, I think. So we pull in there, and I go into the bathroom, and he could hear me on the phone finding another hotel because my gut was like, "Don't sleep here, don't sleep here." So I go to the bathroom. He goes, "We're leaving, aren't we?" And I was like, "Yep, we're leaving." We just got in the van and went up the road, and we found a better hotel, and we slept like babies, but I just had a bad feeling.
Right. Yeah, that's sketchy. I can only imagine.
And we'll be here in the morning. I said, I'm not sure we will.
No, I don't know if it's alive or the van. And it, normally you think I reserved it online. It was a La Quinta, and normally they're pretty good.
They had a good filter.
It was
Yeah.
one of those filters.
You got catfished.
Yeah. That's for
No,
sure.
it said nothing like hotels on the hell trail.
Oh, yeah. Some are real bad. I'll ask you, the city, is there anything safe close by?
Matt Meyer said, "Bring your credit card to the meetup." He's looking forward to the van. So, oh yeah, like I said,
was that we went that they offered us a gun, the Dent guys.
Albuquerque.
We were in Albuquerque. And it was one of our first trips out together in the tool van years ago. And we pull into our first stop, and these guys like, do you guys have a gun with you? Tim goes, yeah, we do. We're okay. And he's like, well, don't sleep here. Then we pull in the next one. Again, the first thing out of the mouth, you guys got a gun with you? And we're like, yeah, we do. We're okay.
Guys, we're going to loan you one.
Yeah, then they offered to loan one to us. And so they said, don't park that van anywhere to sleep tonight.
South
And
of 40, wasn't it, or
they said it won't be here in the morning. So we're like, oh God.
Yeah.
It's really nice. The guys look out for it.
Oh yeah,
They
Jackson.
must be from the country.
Jackson, that's the most American thing he can imagine.
Yeah.
Borrow my gun.
Well, we're getting ready to drive through Illinois.
Oh yeah, you might need something. Well, you guys are going south.
We're gonna sneak through Illinois.
Or we're not sure yet.
We may have to get bail money.
Big said, "Bye, Grandpa and Granny. Be safe. Good night."
Oh, he's the one going to bed and telling us bye.
Yeah.
Jackson, he hopes you both have guns in Illinois.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know you guys got to get on the road. We greatly appreciate you coming on with us and stuff, and stopping off the side of the road from all your traveling. So that's greatly appreciated. I've enjoyed it just as much as I thought I would.
Well, we'll see you in November.
Absolutely.
I've definitely enjoyed it. I just haven't been able to talk a whole lot. So,
Yo.
Can't get a Santa, I'll bring the ho ho ho.
That's hilarious.
oh man.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Bye, guys. Y'all be careful.
Have a good night. Be careful.
Thank you, guys.
All right. See you.
Bye.
All right.
Yep, that was as fun as I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
I love them too. They're awesome.
Me too. Me too. I wish I'd have felt better to talk more, but
Yeah, I kind of woke up. My little cup of coffee got me through it. So,
well, I knew Bonnie could talk, so it didn't matter.
Right.
She'd fill the gaps. So
yeah, I was glad to have Tim on too. Like Tim's always trying to steer clear of the cameras and everything, and he's funny as shit. Like you see, like you talk to him in person, you know, he's cracking up and everything. So,
yep.
But yeah, I think my coffee's wore off now, so I'm ready for bed.
I still gotta work out and then go home. So and read.
Have fun with that.
It won't take long. But anyway, appreciate everybody
thank you.
tuning in tonight, commenting, and if you can make it to Andy's meetup, of course. Next week we finally went ahead and found somebody for next week. We've been lacking on that, but Will Garcia is going to be on next week. So y'all look out for the promo and join us next week. So anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. And we are out of here.
Bye, everybody.
See ya. Thanks again for watching another episode of Ginger Bros Dent Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for all past episodes, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Podbean. Keep pushing. Make that money. See you next week.